All right, guys, got some breaking news here for you that this is from ABC News. It's about some of Trump's classified documents and the cases around that. So ABC News is reporting that they have specific examples of Trump giving up highly classified information. Apparently, there was an Australian billionaire by the name of, Chris Pratt is the actor, right? It's not Chris Pratt. Anthony Pratt. Isn't Chris Pratt an actor?
No,
I think it is. I think he is. Anyway, but there's an Australian billionaire by the name of Anthony Pratt. And this guy was at Mar-A-Lago, and Trump was running his mouth. And he ended up giving away highly classified nuclear warhead secrets vis-a-vis about U.S. submarines. And so he told this guy, like, the number of nuclear warheads that the submarines can carry, basically talked about, like, how high level the stealth technology is. So, like, how close you can get to some sort of enemy ship without the ship noticing. And this is all stuff that, like, has never been reported. Nobody knows anything about. It's one of the highest level of classified, as, you know, usually as nuclear secrets are. And apparently he was trying to get the guy, he was, like, telling him this to try to pitch the submarines to be, like, purchased by Australia or something, which is kind of weird because I don't even think that this guy, he's not in the Australian government, right? Like, I don't even know if he has the connections to, like, make this go up the chain or whatever to get more sales for frickin' Raytheon or whoever sells this. I don't even know who sells it, but, like, very bizarre situation. But ABC News is reporting that, get this, so when this guy heard about it, he turned around and told, like, everybody he knows. So he spoke to at least 45 individuals, among them 6 journalists, 3 former Australian prime ministers, at least 10 Australian government officials, and nearly a dozen of his own employees. So this is being brought, this is, like, you know, part of Jack Smith's case, and word is that this guy is basically fully cooperating with investigators. And he's had at least 2 conversations with Jack Smith around this. And so this is yet another example, sort of like with the obstruction charge. They have him dead to rights on this, man. And again, the thing that surprises me is the extent to which Trump left himself no plausible deniability at all. Like, you know, when he was caught on audio telling somebody, like, you know, I could have declassified this when I was president, but I didn't declassify it, but you want to hear about it anyway? Look, here's our battle plans to attack Iran. Like, the level and degree of classification, it's like the top level of the top level. It's the stuff that's hidden away in a skiff that you can't even, like, take out of the room. He somehow took it out of the room, had it stored in, like, his Mar-A-Lago bathroom, and he's going around babbling away, like, literal nuclear secrets. And, I mean, look, I think the clear takeaway from this is homie really did back himself into a corner. In the same way that with this fraud trial in New York, the civil case, it absolutely caught up with him. You know, now we know he's going to have up to a $250 million fine, and he's losing his business licenses in New York. I mean, that is a devastating blow. But when you look at all the specifics that come out of the Jack Smith case, and this one here is new, you realize I see no way out of it for him. You know, am I wrong about that, Crystal?
It doesn't look good. It doesn't look likely. I mean, you have so many things, so many cases against him, so many charges against him. What, he's really going to get out of all of them?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 91 criminal charges. And again, this is the first time we're learning the specifics. And it's like, they have an Australian businessman who's talking to Jack Smith, who's like, yeah, he told me nuclear secrets about the submarines and about how many warheads, you know, the ships can carry, and about how stealth they are. And then I told, like, 87 other people. like, again, the details of what they have, it's like, how do you wiggle out of this in court? You can't just stand up there and be like, it's a witch hunt. This is a witch hunt. Election interference. And it's like, dude, we have 17 witnesses who are giving the specifics of the top secret information that you gave them.
We literally have 45 people here who can testify that they got this information from you.
Oh, man. And by the way, another thing that popped in my mind as I was reading this is all the idiots who are trying to like compare Trump to like Julian Assange or Edward Snowden. It's like, get the fuck out of here. Those people like had a conscience and they were like, hey, let me tell the public things that they have every right to know. These things are classified and top secret, and they shouldn't be that. And no reasonable person would say that they should be that. This is this dude giving away literal nuclear secrets that are secret for a goddamn reason.
Doing it to
right?
like, bolster sales at Raytheon.
Right, yeah.
Real patriot.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the big news of the night. Some specifics on just how bad his giving away of top secret information is. Which, by the way, also, final point, it makes me think, like, they're going to have, like, 15 different examples of this exact kind of stuff. Like, Trump told a government official from Tokyo, like, where the body of Jimmy Hoffa is buried. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the public does deserve to know that.
Yeah, that is true, yeah. That's so bad example, but, like, it would be some other shit people should know that he's just going to give away to some, like, Bangladesh ambassador who happens to be a member of Mar-A-Lago because he's a spy.
Yeah,
right?
to show off or sell something.
Yeah, and by the way, there's been a lot of reporting about how Mar-A-Lago is a hotbed of spies because they realize, like, oh my God, you have access to Trump and the Trump family, and they're not good at keeping secrets and all that stuff, and so there was reporting they're a hotbed of spies. How much information that shouldn't have got into foreign governments' hands got into foreign governments' hands because of how cavalier they are. And that's the more, like, kind explanation. The less kind explanation is, like, who the hell were you selling information to, right? Because that's what happened with, there was reporting about Jared Kushner doing that with Saudi Arabia, and then lo and behold, the $2 billion deal from Saudi Arabia, and Trump with the tens of millions or hundreds of millions from Saudi Arabia for the Live Golf events. It's like, what other deals were cut under the table? The idea that you, like, what, you think all this stuff is above the fray? I certainly don't. Now, to be fair, this part is speculation, but give them enough time. I mean, if they're proving stuff like this, they'll probably be able to prove stuff like that as well. But either way, it doesn't look good for them.